And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gem of the Crypto, episode 578. Today is Wednesday, July 15th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay. And we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
10-ish. Today's stories are Nascar driver Bubba Wallace car showcases Bitcoin logo. Russian activists use Bitcoin and the Kremlin doesn't like it. Japanese government set to include CBDC in official economic plan. Revolut's crypto trading app expands to 49 states following significant delays. And last but not least, crypto travel firms bookings skyrocket 68% following Expedia partnership. But first and foremost, let's take a look at some of these prices.
Oh yeah, so same as yesterday, a lot of red, a lot of mix of green. We're starting to see a lot of the altcoins push, but Bitcoin at $9,209 is down 0.4%. Ethereum at $237.92 is down 1%. Ripple at 19 cents, still hanging there, is down 0.6%. And of course, like we mentioned yesterday, Chainlink up 8% on the day, still pushing forward. Like we said before, it seems like it's leading all season. But Bitcoin Cash, $227 is down 1%. Litecoin at $43 is down 1.5%, and EOS at $253 down 1%. But a lot of mix of red and green. We don't know exactly how Chainlink is pulling it off, but right now
I'm over here looking at the Chainlink chart.
Right now they seem like they're pulling away as far as alt season goes. So
this is crazy.
This is good for some people who somebody mentioned that a lot of 4chaners became millionaires overnight. So
right. I mean, we're looking at literally July 10th, the price was $5.80, and then today coming in at $8.61. I was talking to someone else the other day. They were asking me about crypto and looking at the market, and do you really need to pay attention? What happens if you don't? Just the percentage swings. They're just kind of curious as to what does volatile really mean. When I told them 20-30% swings or 5% swings in a day and 20% on a week or a month, they're looking at me like it was crazy. So a lot of people still don't know about it, but Chainlink is right now the the darling baby of it happening, where you're seeing these big percentage swings overnight. I mean, 4% in 24 hours is crazy.
Oh yeah.
At least to the traditional world. All right, top story of the day. Quick shout outs going on Madam Crypto, Leroy Forbes, Harold George, Allison Thompson, Lucky Lloyd, Southside Chicago.
What's up?
Checking in. Sergeant Crypto. Top story of the day, NASCAR driver Bubba Wallace's car showcases Bitcoin logo. That is right, the African-American driver who made headlines after pushing NASCAR to ban the Confederate flag from events will drive a Cash App car, this is saying. Now, I'm not entirely certain what happened with the whole NASCAR and the protests and Bubba Wallace. I saw some of the memes. People were calling him a Jesse Smollett. So I don't know how accurate that was or not. I don't know if he had a case for it or whatever. But when it comes to crypto, he's driving a Cash App car. This is crazy with the Bitcoin logo on it. How does this happen?
Oh yeah. Well, yesterday Jack tweeted out, which I happened to see in real time, that the NASCAR driver's new paint job will have at least 2 Bitcoin logos, along with logos for Square's Cash App. Unfortunately, the Bitcoin is kind of fuzzy in the picture that he posted, but yes, there will be 2 Bitcoin logos on there, as well as the outfit that he wears. He'll have Bitcoin logos on as well. Most of the people that saw the Cash App sponsorship were excited. You even had people come out of the woodworks on like Reddit. Let's see, DGen Trader 69 said the price of Bitcoin will rise to 100,000 by the end of the week as a result of the partnership. So of course, with news like this, all of a sudden you have FOMO, people calling for new highs next week. So I love the fact that Bubba Wallace is the person they chose, and of course this is gonna get them great publicity. So Jack, so
Jack's backing him.
I would say, yeah, Jack's pretty much backing him, and
Nice.
as far as the moves he's making, this is definitely one of the top ones.
Oh, look at the gear too. You got you literally have the pants. You got the whole uniform to go. The Cash App uniform you can see here. The Bitcoin on the pants sleeve here on the side. This is this is pretty cool to see.
My man, Bubby Smollett.
This is the NASCAR Dickies. That's what I was trying to think of. I was stuttering trying to think of the joke. You got the NASCAR Dickies out. It's looking good. Yeah, I mean, hey, this is what Speaking Up does. He has a billionaire sponsor now. Let's see. We have. I'm looking at some of the tweets, which is pretty funny in response to Jack. You got Adam back tweeting and said you probably want to do that in orange. That genuinely confuses me. as a Bcash Photoshop for hand cash. I get it. Cash App was green before Bcash even existed. Jameson talking about Jameson Lop. So it's pretty cool. It got people talking, of course. And this is the good thing about crypto and mainstream adoption. Not only will all of NASCAR now ask about what Cash App is, this Bitcoin thing on the back and how they got a car, but you also have people on Twitter, among the likes of Adam Beck and Jameson Lop and whoever else commenting on it as well. So that is what brings the mass adoption. But yeah, I kind of agree with Adam. I mean, yeah, the orange would have been better. But it would have been a bad look too in these times. You get orange, you got a guy in a NASCAR who's a jumpsuit.
Just a jumpsuit.
What you want, Adam? You trying to drive a car, not go to jail. What we doing now? So but seriously, I wouldn't want an orange jumpsuit either. But yeah, so they went with green. It works, right?
Yeah. Plus, there's no actually logo color for Bitcoin.
Right. That's true.
It's just what people go with. So either one is fine. I think green pops a little better.
Oh man, Madam Crypto said Pizza Hut and Whole Foods where I live have gone cashless. Let me tell
Not
you.
surprised.
I mean, there is a long list of cashless places over here. It's crazy that it's happening overnight. Well, I won't say crazy because we've been saying it for the longest. I mean, we started saying back in 2017, I think the stats I saw from 2015, 2016 was that less than 24% of the population uses cash in America, whether you know it or not. So we already know a large part of that percentage is strippers and doughboys. So I mean, outside of them, not a lot of people using cash. So
and they out of work,
right? Yes.
so
for this to happen, it seems like it's overnight, but it's not overnight. It's gradually been happening. And you remember the stimulus checks initially were going to be given out in digital dollars. People, could you imagine that if everyone got their stimulus check in digital dollars? We were already been off this cash system like yesterday.
Yeah, I tried to do my part.
Right.
I wrote the fintech task force. I tried to get them to do it the digital way. Yeah. They had discussions about it, but they take too long, man.
Right.
Bureaucracy takes way too long. They got to go through too many steps. If they do it, it won't be till like next year if there's another stimulus check to give out. So
in the last 2 or 3 days, from what I've seen that are cashless, I've been to gas stations that are cashless. I went to a restaurant that was cashless, / bar cashless, a couple grocery stores. So yes, it is definitely happening.
Wow.
Lisa Lee said, "Can we talk about wallets?" We talk about wallets a lot for mobile wallets. Speaking of which, Exodus has a mobile wallet now. People, we always talk about Exodus desktop wallet. Mm-hmm. I actually downloaded Exodus mobile wallet the other day. And I deleted it as soon as I downloaded it. You can sync it to your desktop wallet on Exodus, which I thought was pretty cool. And I think it's a cool option as long as it's not your main account. But if you're using the Exodus desktop wallet as one of your main accounts, you definitely don't want to sync to your iPhone. That's what I kind of was thinking about. It's not my primary account, but it's one of the main ones I use. And I was like, I don't think I want my cell phone connected to my desktop account.
Yeah.
So I deleted that, but it does work and it's pretty cool. So for wallets, Isaiah's throwing some out there.
Yeah,
but there's plenty of good ones as well.
Absolutely.
All right. Sergeant Crypto said Dunkin' Donuts, local supermarkets. The pandemic was the excuse to go cashless. That's all it was, people. And it's happening. And again, by next year when we get this digital dollar and everything's cashless, don't get caught with your pants down.
Yeah, pretty slick.
Don't get caught with your pants down.
Yeah, but I saw this coming.
Right. All right. Next story up. Russian activists use Bitcoin and the Kremlin doesn't like it. What's going on over in Russia?
Oh, yeah. So, of course, the Kremlin doesn't like it because Putin's main competition, a guy named Alexei Navalny, of course, he ran against Putin for president in 2018, but he was barred by the Central Election Commission. Pretty sure that Putin was like, tell him he can't run.
Just tell him it's illegal to run.
Exactly.
My best Russian accent.
He was very impressive as a fundraiser. His political campaign since December 2016 has raised 648 Bitcoins. This money helped fund his supporters in various locations across Russia, and then they ran for public office in their towns, investigated corruption, and of course, Putin doesn't like that. So he started fundraising, back then, but at this point, he's raised so much money. They're saying here they're pretty much pissed that they can't control it. And at this point, if you wanted to try and get enough money, say Bitcoin went to 100,000 in a few years, you might have enough money to buy out enough people to get rid of Putin at a certain point. And this is why we say the power of crypto and politics in countries where you don't have to go through all of the red tape. They're like, man, I'm just going to make this money and then I'll buy my way to the top, or he can try. Putin, I believe, has way more money than he's saying.
Putin's supposed to
but this is his main competition. And this is just an example of not being able to control somebody making the money that they need to run for president. So shout out to Navalny, but hopefully you got that security force on ready, because Putin doesn't play really.
Yeah, Putin's supposed to be one of the wealthiest people on the planet, they say, because of the oil and gas he has control over, which he's definitely not giving away. But it's crazy. I'm looking at this, and it looks like Navalny's team, quote, took a chance, unquote, and opened a PayPal account and a Bitcoin wallet, neither of which would normally be considered legitimate campaign fundraising vehicles. I was talking to someone about this yesterday, literally about, we were talking about the Brock Pierce interview and how, can he run for president? Is it too late? And people are asking me all these questions. And the bottom line, I told him, I was like, if he had enough supporters and he had the money, then I don't care what the law or what the regulations or the procedures are for running. No, you got the support, you got the money, you can be president. So I look at the same thing here. It's like fake laws. It's Central
Election Commission just was like, nah, you can't run.
Right. It's like neither of which would normally be considered legitimate campaign fundraising vehicles. You're telling me if I use PayPal or Bitcoin, then I'm not allowed to be president of a country because that isn't a legitimate campaign fundraising vehicle. Why? Like,
somebody's a little scared.
To me, it sounds as my drill instructor said in the military. If he basically was like, "Hey, if you need to explain your power, then you probably shouldn't have it." So it's kind of the same thing right here. If you need to explain to people or tell people, "Well, this isn't a legitimate way of me doing things," no. If you have the support, if you have the money, there's no taking a chance. You just go take it. There's no chance involved. You just take it. Take it, not chance. Just take it. So. It's crazy to see this. I mean, these are one of those like little fake laws. It's the same thing as saying, hey, you're not allowed to sit in the front of the bus. So you're going to keep riding in the back of the bus your whole life, or you're going to nut up one day and just sit in the front, right?
Yeah.
So
figure it out.
I'm glad to see these stories about Bitcoin are coming out more and more, especially on this level where it's like, no, we're taking on presidents and governments with this money, not just trying to find a workaround from taxes or something. So as this headline says, they're pissed. They can't control it. So...
And going forward, they've already basically given in, saying that they can't control it. You have a guy here, he's basically saying, look, we're not cashing Bitcoin out. It's hard enough to explain to the general public why there are investigations against us, and when there's crypto involved, it will be even harder. This is basically them saying, hey, if we don't cash out Bitcoin and people don't like it, then it may be harder for us to use it. However, right after that, they said, hey, if the authoritarianism in Russia gets stronger, crypto donations might become more popular, and people will be moving into this uncontrollable segment. So, of course, it's not all the way where it needs to be now. There are a few more innovations that need to come, but it seems like the powers that be are pretty much sold that this is uncontrollable. They can't do anything about it. So that's good to hear.
And it looks like they were calling them a Russian state-owned TV.
Yeah.
The Russian channel was saying that the politician was using crypto to possibly hide something suspicious. They kept making that point. And again, that goes back to you must be a criminal if you want to use it.
You must be a criminal if you want to use it.
Why
do you want privacy?
What type of dress was she wearing when she, you know what I mean? Like, really? Yeah, come on. So, exactly. Why do you want privacy?
Why do you want privacy?
It's because I'm entitled to it. I don't have to explain it away, right? So, it's crazy to see this. But again, big win for Bitcoin. And like you said, hopefully Navalny knows what he's doing because you're definitely going against one of the boss of all bosses out there, and he doesn't play either. So we'll see what happens there. Japanese government set to include. And one thing I will say, at least with Putin and them boys over there, they're unapologetic.
They're we don't like it. They're not trying to have some bridge to the future with something like these other countries.
Or they're selling you some great news story, then doing the dirt in the background. They're kind of like, you know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know the direction you're going in right
We don't like it.
Right. Japanese government set to include CBDC in official economic plan. That is right. The Japanese government, as it says here on this Cointelegraph article, is getting serious about CBDC. That officially makes them another member on a list of people who are serious. We got Venezuela, of course, we know are serious. We have China trying to do the Chinese yuan dollar, basically. We have the U.S. who's been talking about it. We have Russia who's been talking about it. Now the Japanese are getting serious. What's going on with their CBDC?
Oh, yeah. So the turnaround, it has been very swift, and this is just another testament to governments and media lying to you in your face. In July 2019, Bank of Japan said they had no plan to issue CBDC. Yet, in this month, a year later, they said they will be experimenting with central bank digital currency. If you think they just started this month,
right,
then you're lying to yourself. They
It's like yesterday. We're gonna start
way
today.
before that. Maybe 2017, 2018. They first probably got approached about it in 2019. Then they said, "Yeah, we don't have any issues we're not issuing any CBDCs." And here we are. According to Nikkei, the Japanese government and not the Bank of Japan has the ultimate right to judge whether or not to issue a CBDC. I'm sure they will because other countries will. They're followers. They don't have an innovative bone in their body. They're just going to issue digital dollars, and most of these countries are a little bit more advanced than us. They're already on a very digital payment system. So this should be a pretty swift movement from them, from China, from any country that's issuing CBDCs. And of course, ours are here in the form of maybe USDC or Tether. So yeah, we'll see exactly what happens in Japan once they issue it. But everything's changing, people, right in front of your eyes. And they're lying to you about it for a reason. They want to hit you so you're not prepared for it. If you're mentally prepared for it, they can just issue it and then go from there.
Yeah, remember we keep telling you dealing with gangsters. They're not like, hey, let's have this fair fight, put your dukes up. No, they like everything cool. You turn around and smack. It just happens. All right, so
it's never a fair fight.
It's never a fair fight.
Turn around and get jumped
by a bunch of different countries.
But boots to face.
Right. It's crazy. I look at these stories and it takes me back to that casino reference with Sam Rothstein. It's either you're incompetent or you're in on it. And when it comes to these governments and these regulators and everyone else around the world, I literally cannot tell if they're talking stupid so people can fall for it or if they're actually stupid. And I say that because Japan says here, if Japan doesn't issue a digital currency and people in the world use other digital currencies, the Japanese yen will be forgotten and lose its sovereignty. Now, this is the same outlook the U.S. has, China has, everybody has this outlook. But here's my thing behind it. If all these countries create their digital currencies, their digital dollars, all they are literally doing is just stopping the printing of cash. Nothing else on this. The database doesn't change. If anything, they might just centralize the database instead of having it everywhere with different companies where it's at now, which will actually make it worse. But it's not going to be open source to where you and I can look at all these different digital the digital yuan or the digital yen or the digital dollar. We won't be able to look at that. What am I looking for? That ledger. We won't be able to see those ledgers. They're going to be private ledgers, private internal ledgers. So that is what we
shut it off.
You're right.
They can just shut it off.
We have the same thing right now, people. The Federal Reserve has a private ledger. It hasn't been audited. We don't know how much money they have. They just keep printing cash, right? The only difference is that, hey, guys, we don't have to print cash. We can just add a couple zeros on the computer.
You know how easy your job is? Instead of pushing, a few buttons, all you got to do is just push 3 zeros.
Right, it is over.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's my thing. I really can't tell if Japanese really, Japan, China, the U.S. really has this stance. I can't tell they're actually incompetent or they don't understand that you're not doing anything different, nor will there be some crazy country-to-country competition because all you're literally going to do is digitize your money. Or if they're actually in on it and they're like, of course we know the difference, but the regular public doesn't. We're trying to trick them. So I can't tell which is which. But it begs the question here where these countries are talking about having this competition with each other. It's like they're all going to be private. They're going to be same as cash. The competition is with Bitcoin. I mean, it's literally that cut and dry. Edwin IT, what's going on? Yeah, there we go, Edwin IT. Everybody says smash that like and share, people.
Oh, yeah.
Lucky Lloyd said if it's really a pandemic and the world is coming to an end, why aren't rich people giving away their cash and assets?
I mean, it may not be coming to an end. Maybe just coming to a change. The world isn't going anywhere. We might be, but the world is going to last way longer than we are.
Let's see. Revolut's crypto trading app expands to 49 states following significant delays. What is going on with this crypto trading app? It looks like they heard Eyebrow was getting attacked. They jumped up.
I was like, well, time for us to come around. So this is a British fintech firm called Revolut. They entered the U.S. or tried to get into the U.S. in March and waited until it had already established its core products before launching Bitcoin services. This has been going for a while. If you've heard about Revolut before, they've been talking about it after they partnered with Paxos a long time ago. But Paxos also announced Wednesday they're rolling out brokerage API service, allow clients to buy, sell, and send. So this is like a concerted effort to get all the products out at the same time. And, in their statement, they say what's exciting about it is really lowering the barrier of entry for firms to get into crypto. So what we may see is a large amount of institutional firms investing in crypto now that in 49 states they can buy. I wonder what's the one state they can't. Tennessee. Tennessee's the only one.
That was kind of weird.
Yes, it's very weird. But If New York can get in on the fund,
that's personal.
Everybody
somebody pissed. Who? You talking about what? Oh no, they ain't coming to Tennessee. No.
Oh, yeah, but this is taking a little while because the U.S. is trash with regulations.
It is.
It's already in Europe, and then they're aiming towards Australia, Singapore, Japan later. But yeah, it's took a little while just because I'm pretty sure the U.S. people regulators wanted to get their claws into it. So yeah, shout out to Revolut for finally bringing it to market in America.
And it's pretty interesting too. We talk about some of the new options they're going to add. And they talk about some of the advantages it's going to have over incumbents, like they mentioned Coinbase, Kraken, and others. Speaking of which, I was telling Bitcoin today, I logged on a bunch of old exchanges that haven't been on recently to check my 2FA and everything. And I mean, a lot of these accounts I literally just had to get rid of, or I wouldn't log back in. But I actually logged back in my U.S. address. I didn't use a VPN or anything. Mm-hmm. And I mean, just as soon as I logged on, the screen was getting froze. Like, hey, we need more information from you. But I did notice Exodus. I was on Exodus Wallet today. I did the update for those who saw it. Exodus is now allowing, and this is kind of worrying me too, because I'm like, what type of regulations might come to it? They're allowing different types of trading and save. Basically, they're trying to add like a crypto savings account. And then I know they're also going to be adding like an augur type betting platform on Exodus as well. So a lot of these platforms we're starting to see change, add more features. You're seeing that here with Revolut. But it's crazy. I mean, 49 states everywhere except Tennessee for the most part. So,
man, cash, it's crazy. It's really going away. And
it's happening fast. It's happening fast. All right, last but not least, another story we want to revisit. Crypto travel firms bookings skyrocket 68% following Expedia partnership.
Yeah. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Shout out to Travel.
That happened quick. Well, I mean, we just talked about this story like a week or two ago. What's happening here?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago we discussed this story about Travel and their partnership with Expedia. Then boom, their booking revenue increased 75% after they saw that, or after they stated that they actually accept Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and then boom, their value went up. How many times we got to do this story?
Right, that story always happens.
Every time somebody says we accept Bitcoin and cryptocurrency now, they increase the price.
The blockchain stimulus package is real, people.
It's real, and it's funny because you see these companies do it, and then you talk to business owners who haven't even made six figures, and they're like, "Well, I don't know if I'm like, you need the money more than they do." So this is why
this is meant to help you.
This is exactly. This is why we bring this up. So if you're a small business owner and you're looking to increase maybe your revenue or your marketing, or just to get Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as an asset, this is a great example. The firm's booking revenue increased by 75%. The overall number of bookings grew by 68% over the same period. Ooh. We keep trying to tell you people, if you say you accept Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, there are people who will shop with you just for that reason. I promise you. And they're out here looking for companies where they can use their cryptocurrency, especially when prices are going up. And if you're sitting there without a Bitcoin strategy, you may miss out. So shout out to Travel.
I mean, it's kind of like, to piggyback on what you said, I still can't believe people come up with every excuse not to do it or not to offer it.
It's hard.
It's literally free for you as a business. Like, the percent of what you'll be charged to accept Bitcoin is so small. And for you just to accept it, again, it's programs out there. There is no learning curve. You literally just go online, click a couple things, or if it's a point of sale device, some of these companies already have it set up where they're just like, just tell us what you're selling, we'll send you the right product, boom. So there's nothing you need to do extra to actually accept it, yet people aren't. And then like you said, we get these big companies who are doing it and making these big bold moves. And as you said, overall bookings grew 68%. Revenue increased 75% in 2 weeks. So right now in COVID-19, people, in a pandemic, you tell me your business won't do it won't help your business to grow 68% or to bring in an extra 75% of revenue in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
so it's crazy.
I've even told people, don't even actually know how to accept Bitcoin. Just say you do, and just watch how many people flood to it.
And then when they come, be like, "Oh, we're still working. We'll have it up in 2 weeks."
Exactly.
But,
I tell people that. I mean, of course,
too,
you don't want to do that, but because it is pretty simple, especially if you have a Shopify or if you have just a QR code BTC Pay server. So many different applications, but you could just say it, put it out there. Do a press release, say you accept Bitcoin now for your company. I promise you'll get some eyes on it that you never had before. So great strategy for marketing.
There it is, people. Easy way to make money. That should be like Just don't make a book. What's the little thing? Like make a quick little ebook like how to boost revenue by 75% in 2 weeks, and then just have one page. Just be like offered to accept Bitcoin. That's it.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. It's worked out for pretty much everybody I've seen.
Right. All right. That's the show for today. What's going on, Antonio from the UK? Our in-house moderator is here. That's our show for today. We will see you all tomorrow with some more crypto news. Make sure you smash that like and share. Smash that like and share. We need you to really smash that like and share. And Bitcoin, Zay, you got anything?
Oh yeah, nothing for me. Happy hump day.
Happy hump day. I was about to say folks. I almost said fools. Happy hump day, fools. All right. All right, Warriors. We'll check you out tomorrow. Cheers.